everything has changed. I had a full-blown team, lost everyone. It's been like crazy, but it's only been for the better though, because now I look at business completely different. I used to look at it from the lens of a creator. You know, I want to get them PR, I want to get them on TV, all this type of stuff. I love my work, and the same way you guys love your work. And then you figure out like you need to do a bunch of other stuff, and now you see it differently to where like I love my life as well. You know, I don't want 40 years of my life to be huddled up in a blanket and a hoodie and doing work on a computer, you know? Like, that's not life, and most people think they want that. They really don't.
On this episode of Connecting Creators, we're going to be talking with Ulyses Osuna, who's the founder and CEO of Influencer Press, and he's actually one of our first clients at Templemill Productions. In the episode, we're going to be talking with him everything from his journey as an entrepreneur, growing a team, some of the struggles that he's faced and how he's overcome them, and really how to embrace change and love your life. And with that being said, let's just get right into it.
What is up, everybody? We are back with the Connecting Creators podcast, and we got the one and only Ulyses Osuna. Ulyses is a PR legend. We've known each other for like the last 2-3 years. Pretty much when I first started working with Gerard, we started DMing and have kept in touch the entire time. Ulyses is a hard worker. He's great at team building. And yeah, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. It's dope to have you here. Usually when we do podcasts with Ulyses, we're behind the camera.
Yeah.
So someone else is talking to you who's more qualified than we are, and we're just doing what we're used to. But today we want to, talk a little bit about social media stuff, PR, and see if there's stuff that can help you guys out there, or just have a conversation.
So first off, explain more of an overview of what you do and like the value of PR to the people that don't understand.
Yeah, for sure. So kind of like what we do is like we really help people kind of get out there and like really solidify their brand and stuff. And the reason why that's super powerful is because if you don't do that, then just people automatically won't give you that time of day, right? And when people don't do that, it's just kind of harder to kind of just succeed in life, right? When people kind of shut the door on you and stuff like that. So I'm a big believer in making life a lot easier than it has to be. I work hard at times when I need to, but if I could, man, I'd be lazy all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially, like that's what we help our clients do, right? Like whether it's sales, whether it's marketing, whatever it is, it makes their job easier because they no longer have to sell to the individual. It's like, hey, you know exactly what I do. Like we've done it for many people before, yada, 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 and they sell themselves. So.
And aside from like, you can also just leverage PR to do super dope things, like the house that the last event was in, you got to live in for free.
Yep.
From leveraging PR, like
this house too.
This house too?
Yep, this house too.
Man.
Wow. Is
So.
there like a connection with the owners of the property, or just separately you reached out and got in communication with them?
Yeah, just separately. So like, just finding people that I see do luxury real estate.
Yeah.
Or people that the people that live in the actual house, just contact them. Like everybody wants PR, right? It's almost very natural, and everybody thinks you need to have like the big accounts to actually do that, but you don't. And if you get the big accounts, you actually can't do any of that stuff. So you need the smaller accounts that people don't really have, that people can get access to, but just don't know how. I mean, and if you can offer that, like they're all in, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't lose anything off of it. They gain it, and we don't have to spend thousands just for this house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I mean, the place is sick.
Beautiful.
Beautiful
Yeah.
view, probably one of the best views of Los Angeles.
Yeah. So go back to the people that don't know, like, how did you get into PR from the very beginning, or like entrepreneurship in general? When did that happen for you?
Yeah. So it happened like four or 5 years ago. I was literally just chilling on my like laptop watching YouTube, and then I saw an ad. And everybody usually sees these ads nowadays, but before then it wasn't really as popular. And I saw the ad and basically told me like, hey, you look over my shoulder, you're going to become a multi-millionaire, right? And at the time I was like 17, so I'm like, yeah, right. But fuck it, I looked over his shoulder and I'm like, dude, how do you do this shit? So after that, I kind of noticed that like he had like a high ticket offer. I couldn't afford it, right?
Was this Neil Patel?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I got to Neil Patel afterwards, but this dude, I didn't really know who he was. He just kind of introduced me to that world.
Mm-hmm.
Once I started doing my research, because I couldn't pay for him, that's when I found Neil.
Yeah.
And we're actually supposed to meet him this
Yeah,
week.
that's why I was bringing that up.
Yeah. So hopefully we get to see him this week. You know, he has right now he has a speech on Saturday, so his voice is kind of scratchy. So he didn't want to meet up tonight because he was gonna have to talk. Everybody's gonna talk to him.
Right. Yeah.
But he's a really chill dude. So cool.
So you're chilling on your couch, and then you got into PR from just like seeing that ad, and then kind of figured it out from learning from other people, and then you eventually developed it into influencer press.
Right. Yeah. I mean, once I got into it, I just kind of like fell in love because it kind of aligns with everything that I want. One, you get automatic respect. Right? And you get a different level of respect that you just don't get anywhere else, really. It's like when somebody appreciates your work, but not because it's your work, but it's because they're aligning it with somebody else, you know? So it's like if I was to work with like Gerard or Neil or anything like that, they just automatically associate you with like, hey, you know, so fucking nice to meet you, you know? Like, here, let me get you a glass of water, whatever it is. So, yeah, I mean, I got into PR. I was writing for these publications already. So once I kind of got into it, it was just very easy.
So how did you start writing for the publications? Because how old were you when you started writing for them?
I was 19 when I started writing for them, yeah. So the way that I got into writing for them is I was working for some higher level people already, like Neil Patel.
Yeah.
So when I was doing that, again, they associated me with like Neil, so they kind of just gave me the platform.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's super sick.
Yeah.
And did you was writing like a passion of yours, or
No.
do you just see it as an outlet of like, okay, I see success this way?
Like an avenue to make your goals happen.
Well, I wrote every day, but I didn't write for I didn't love writing. I just wrote because it was a thing of mine to like write in a journal.
Oh yeah, like journaling.
Right? Yeah, journaling. I love journaling. You know,
Yeah.
it's like at the end of the day, you kind of like just relax. You write down exactly what happened.
Decompress. You know.
And that's one way to decompress. You know, like we're here at the mastermind. Austin's way of decompressing is a hot tub.
Yeah.
So every time he does work, he goes to the hot tub, and the hot tub de-stresses him, and he kind of resets his body for like the next day. So like that's one of my ways that I.
Is that why they're
de-stress.
putting in one at his house?
Exactly. Yep. Like he loves hot tubs. Like right now, like if you could tell, he was like he was on the system, like just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, he even went in, and it's cold.
Yeah.
But
He doesn't even care.
I know.
So PR and getting verified on Instagram kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like I feel like a big question that a lot of small creators or creators in general, like, how do I get
crave
Instagram,
that,
you know?
yeah.
And like, it's one of those things that like, I've seen big pages that just can't get verified. I've seen people get unverified once they've been verified. What is like a little bit of your experience with verification? And if someone is like, you know, not an A-list celebrity and they want to take the steps towards, you know, accomplishing that goal, what would they need to do?
So that's a great question. I get hit up about like verification all the time.
I bet.
Right? Like that's the one thing that people want, and the only reason they really want it is because it's just a blue check. Like it's very hard to get. It doesn't get you anything else except other than like through the door in most places. Yeah, clout. I mean, but the hell with it. It's worth it, right? So the way that you kind of do that is like you just have to be perceived as like a public figure. That's it. The other person on the other end, if it's not a software, if it's a person verifying you, you just have to make them believe like, hey, I'm legit, right? I work with high level people. I'm an influencer, whatever it is. And if they believe that, and if you can showcase that, then they're going to verify you, right? And one of the ways to do that is to press. If somebody else states that you're amazing, it's a lot more credible. It's like, for example, like if we were to walk in, like let's say this mastermind, right? And you didn't know who I was, but yet Austin, the person that's hosting it, introduces me, then it's like that level of like perceivability, right? And that alone like is very, very powerful because that first impression matters, right? Tons and tons of businesses are losing out on money because of first impressions.
Oh, dude, that's what we talk about all the time.
Yeah, we deal with that a lot too, just because people are running ads on a crappy video. It's like that video that you're targeting to hit this audience, this is their first impression of your business.
Yeah,
so that's why it's so important to do it right, because you can ruin your reputation to that, you know, clientele or that audience by putting out some bad videos.
On the first podcast that we did of this, we talked a little bit about how, like, when we were in middle school or high school, our teachers and parents would be like, watch what you put online because they're going to be there forever.
True.
And that's, like, everyone understands that with their personal lives. You know, they're like, don't post pictures of them drinking or smoking or whatever on Facebook, but they go to their business and post a crappy video made by this dude down the street that does $100 videos, and then it's like there forever, you know, like that's going to be online and it's representing their business. Like some people are going to be landing on that video and that's all they're going to see of the business, and it's going to give them a first impression, and it's like a bad taste in their mouth that's going to be hard to get out.
Yeah, they're going to correlate that video with you, whether it's true or not, right? I mean, and that's one of the reasons why, like, you guys are the main guys that I invest in, like, all the time when I have a podcast, when I have a video, whatever it is, because I understand that, you know, I'm in that same game.
Yeah.
If I wasn't, then, you know, I probably wouldn't know, but,
I
understand, like, video is super important, and you need high-quality people like Templemill to make that.
You know, positioning, it's perception.
Yep.
So, aside from, you know, all this branding, business talk, whatever, how do you juggle, you know, your personal life? So things like family, you know, relationships, friends with, you know, running a business.
It's been really, really kind of like beneficial to kind of go through that, because you understand that, like, there has to kind of be a barrier and a boundary. It's hard to manage. It's hard to manage when you don't know what the next steps are, right? And so many businesses are in that stage. I don't know how to grow. I don't know how to keep myself, if I do grow, not to do all the work. And so Austin has helped me out a lot with that. And I've also realized, like, when you do hire friends, it's just very important that everybody kind of knows their strategy.
Oh, we got a fourth guest.
I know, that was scary. I thought he was literally
Welcome to the
going to come over here.
Sorry we don't have an extra mic for you, but you have anything to say?
No.
All right. A little camera shy.
All
right, what were you saying?
Basically, like, when you have friends, you know, you kind of have to essentially really talk about, like, the boundaries and who does what and when. Because when that doesn't happen, then it's love to hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't discipline each other, then the world will do it for you.
It's something that Mike and I kind of like did a few weeks ago, is kind of like come to the agreement, at least for the short term, that I was going to focus more on like operation stuff, like, and then Mike would handle some of the editing for now, technician stuff, and more of a creative overview of the videos that we put out. And so, like, for the past few weeks, I haven't really been editing any videos, and so I've been putting more of the emphasis on the systems, but it's like allowed us to start making some moves in different directions. But it's been weird, like, because up until that point, it's been like Mike and I just, you know, like day to day, it's been like, okay, I'll do this, you do that, and then like changes the next day, and it's like, so it's like it's cool to be able to make some progress and like that. But it's like we had to talk about that, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
I think another big thing too is just like setting. I mean, I guess like not having expectations, because if I have this expectation in my head that Truman's going to do something and I didn't communicate that with him, he doesn't know that I have that expectation. He doesn't do it. I get mad. He doesn't know I'm mad, and it's because of an unclear expectation. And so that's something that we've learned working with clients, is like the same thing goes is, you know, they have expectations, we have expectations, and so if they don't know what our expectations are of them, then how are they supposed to do it? And likewise.
And it's, clearing up, like not assuming that each party knows the expectations, but all getting on the same page of what those expectations are. And that's been huge for us. Because
as we've gotten better at it, it's just like our, you know, machine is just running more fluidly.
Yeah.
Because like we struggled with, you know, going into business. We didn't really know much what we were doing. We were just like, well, let's just sell video.
Yeah, it was
let's do video. But that's so broad, especially in like such a big niche, that it's like, if it's just like, I want to make videos. Dude, there's so many people to make videos for. What does that mean? Disney Channel? You want to go make Instagram?
Netflix,
whatever, bro. Yeah.
Like, but yeah, when we started, it was a classic example of in the EMyth. I don't know if you read the book, Michael Gerber.
No.
But he talks about how like people that are like creative or just technician roles, of like, he used the example of someone who is really good at making cupcakes, and then they get to the point where they're like, I think I could do this for myself. You know, I'm like outgrowing this position.
Yep.
And I want to have a business making cupcakes. I'm the best at it. I can do it. You know, I'm going to thrive. And even everyone else says like, yeah, your cupcakes are amazing. But then they get into business and realize like making cupcakes is like 20% of the thing. Like, and so you've probably experienced that too.
I feel that's so hard.
And like, so when we were making videos, it's like, oh, we have to like have systems in place and processes. We got to have like accounting and all this stuff. We got to be able to do sales now. Like,
especially as you're accepting more videos too, more clients. It's like, if you don't have systems, it gets so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Of just like, you know, like this, like 20 videos at a time. It's like, where do you even start when you look at, okay, I've shot 20 videos and I've got hundreds of gigs of footage sitting in front of me. Now I'm supposed to snap my fingers and turn these into a beautiful video for, you know, a client.
Yeah. And when we were with Gerard, a lot of it was like just making it up as we go. And even like that only changed probably like 3 to 6 months ago, where we started like actually documenting like how we make our videos now.
That's
and so it's like our 1 minute videos now have like a system to it, whether people realize it or not. Like we'll film like an audio interview of the subject and then like shoot B-roll based on that stuff, and then like that's how it works. But
that's good. Actually, don't you guys have photos that are like also the same way? Like systemized, like you have like a preset.
Yeah, we have like presets that we use.
That you won't sell?
No.
Well, and it's not just like we bought a preset. It's within Lightroom you can turn your editing. Like, let's say I were to edit a photo, I could take all of the settings from that edit and turn it into a preset. So after like years of, I made my first preset, and then after, you know, as I was progressing, I saw myself doing the same changes every single time to the exposure, the saturation, whatever.
Yeah.
And then just constantly updating that preset to where it is right now, where it's just like my premier peak of editing abilities, I guess.
And a preset is basically a system at the end of the day. Like, because Mike could edit that photo the same way every single time, but it would take him 15, 20 minutes on each photo, maybe going through and manually getting it to that point. So making
and a lot of time, like the lighting conditions are the exact same.
Yeah.
Like if we were like shooting on this balcony, I'm shooting over there, I'm shooting over here, I'm shooting over here. Usually you can get away with using the same edit because you're not going far.
But yeah, those are some of like the things that we've learned in the past few months of, especially being a part of the 2X program, is like systemizing things and doing it that way, kind of like getting outside of the business more and not being in it.
Right.
And like that's been our goal from the very beginning with Templemill, was like making it be more than just Truman and Mike. And it's like I feel like we're getting to that point finally. We got Dylan here. Shout out Dylan.
Shout out Dylan.
And so we want it to be more so a brand that people can trust, where they're like, oh yeah, Templemill, they do like good work. And like,
I know that when I work with Templemill, they're gonna come through every time, and I'm gonna be satisfied with the video.
Yeah.
Because I'm just as confident in the Templemill team as the Templemill team is in themselves, that they can. Because if we have all of our systems, everything down to a T, dude, every time we go into a shoot, 100% confident. I'm like, I know exactly what we're gonna do. I know exactly how I'm gonna edit it. I know exactly how the video's gonna look in my head.
Yeah. And the more we have a game plan coming into it, the better it is. Like, if going back to when we were with Gerard, we would just like film a bunch of stuff and then like throw it all on a timeline in Premiere and then just kind of like drag and drop stuff. But now we have like more of a system. Like, we'll shoot things
a certain way.
Like now with other clients, we've implemented a storyboard thing where we share with them an Excel spreadsheet of exactly how it's going to be.
Oh wow.
And then we do a Zoom call with them and go over it, and then so we're all on the same page, and then just knock it out like shot by shot. And then when we go into editing, throw that all in chronologically, and then we just like cut out certain things like at the beginning and ends of the clips.
Yep.
Throw on the music, B-roll, color grade it.
And what we've been doing is like, while I've been editing videos, I'm just screen recording the entire time.
Perfect.
So it's like 2-hour sessions of from start to finish me like editing a video. And so then we're just going to break that up into internal training videos that we can use for our team. It's like, this is exactly what you do. You shouldn't get confused. It's like the same every time.
Even with like the last time we were out here filming with Austin, we filmed like 10 of those like Facebook videos. I edited the first one and then did a Loom video of me going through like screen sharing, recording a video saying like this is what I did, blah blah blah, and I sent that to Dylan. And since all those videos were almost the same, he could just knock those out. He did like them all in a day, crushed it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shout out to
So
Dylan.
it's like, and that felt so good because it was like we're starting to build a team, and that's like so cool to be able to like just be able to edit videos. Like I'm not editing them anymore, but like we got a team doing it.
Yeah.
It's like just,
And that's because your system is like incredibly rock solid. Like you have a repeatable process of like excellence, that you guys created that you can now give to anybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why when we did that shot, like that was the first time ever that like I had somebody else, right, go ahead and kind of like do the B-roll and stuff. And it was good. It came out great.
Yeah, I appreciate you like trusting us enough to let that happen because that was like the first time. It's obviously gonna improve and get better over time too.
Yeah.
But it was like we had to, like, you were the best one to do that first with because you've been with us for the longest time. Day one.
Actually, have I? Because how long were you guys with Gerard?
Well,
but
so
like you guys were with Gerard every day though.
We don't really consider Gerard like a client, so to speak. Like he was at some points, but like you were our first like client as Templemill, pretty much. So that's super dope.
Yeah, Ulyses. So okay, wait. How did you first find out about us through Gerard?
Yeah. I mean, Gerard had even now Gerard has probably the sickest content on IG, right? He like his Instagram stories, his Facebook, not Facebook, his Instagram videos, like he can tell a really good story, and the people behind that take the videos and do all that stuff, do a really good job of like showcasing that. And before it was his team, now it was you guys.
Yeah.
Right. So when you were inspiring and growing Gerard's account, like naturally through the videos and stuff like that, I mean, I was one of those followers, right? So I checked that out. I'm like, who in the world does this stuff?
Yeah.
Because like Gerard can inspire through a video so powerfully. But I'm like, but it's the guys behind the camera. Like somebody's writing the script, and if it's not, then they're making it look epic, right?
Yeah.
And I found you first.
Yeah.
I think it was, and then I checked out your page, and I saw a bunch of video, like photography, mainly of like you shooting your girlfriend and then other people, and I'm like, damn, this is sick. Like I love his theme. That's
Thank
like
you.
because there's a bunch of people that do videos,
Yeah.
but I love certain themes, right?
Yeah.
And I love yours.
I take that seriously. I always have, like, even with like the Connecting Creators Instagram page, I built out like 2 months worth of content in a planning app so that I can specifically plan out the feed so that it fits and it looks well on a grid display.
Yeah, Mike's one of the best when it comes to developing feeds.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I believe it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I think I saw your videos though. I don't know if you were the ones that helped them out with it, but it was the one where you used like 2 Big Sean songs.
Oh yeah.
Bigger Than Me was one of them, and then
Uh-huh.
the other one was that all you?
I don't know. What? Yeah.
Bigger than that was true for sure.
Oh man, I fell in love with that video.
Uh-huh.
Chew would drop the bangers that like just hit
Truman
you.
dropped the
mine
1
were
minute
They
more-
bangers.
really hit emotions.
Yeah, mine were like not as like systemized or like I would just have random bursts of creativity and like knock one out in a day, but like and then have a dry spell for like a month and a half. And like I was doing a lot of the founders work as well, like filming the seed to scale stuff as well, and like LCL. Mike was
I was focusing on
killing
like
in on like the 1 minute videos. Like a lot of our how we do 1 minute videos now comes from that era of when Mike was just knocking them out.
because
like,
we would come out to LA for like a week and a half or 2 weeks, and so we come out here and I was just doing like one a day. Like I'd film it, stay up, edit it, go to sleep. Next day,
crazy.
film another, edit it, and
Bro,
they were
I
all
wish-
just like
I wish
still
I
some
had.
of my favorite ones.
I wish I had old like Mikey and Truman, like when you guys were first starting out and shit, because you guys like. I
Dude,
mean,
it was an
hustled,
everyday, bro.
hustled.
At the peak, when I was like, posting on Gerard's Instagram, and we were doing 3 to 5 original stories a day.
Yeah.
So each Instagram story is like handmade in
Yeah.
Premiere by me and Truman, animating the titles,
No templates or
background,
anything.
finding a theme. So 3 to 5 of those a day, and then 3 feed posts a day, and then we had Facebook,
Yeah,
YouTube,
Facebook too.
and pretty much everything was just between at least on the management side, me and True were doing.
Jeff was doing
Jeff was like Leaders Create Leaders was
Right.
like his thing, and he still helped with a lot of stuff. And Jeff's like a mentor to both of us, but his main focus was Leaders Create Leaders, and then it was like social media was mine, and Truman's was like Facebook/founders.
I'm gonna switch it up. Here's a question. So, what is your take on like the whole entrepreneurial space right now? Like, what do you think people are on the right track? Like people that are on Instagram or things like that. Like, what's your feel on it?
It's kind of weird because I kind of feel like I've been doing this forever, even though I haven't been. I'm still like a newcomer, but I still feel like, damn, as the years go by, so many people try out entrepreneurship. Like, it's increasing daily, I think that there is this like glorified thing where people see, because people see like this stuff, right?
Just how it is right now.
But 90% of the time, we're locked in a room on our computer doing work.
Literally.
We talked about that just the other day. How like people look at our feeds or whatever, and it's like they don't even know like that we're just sitting on a laptop screen, hunched over.
Yeah.
Editing
My
videos.
Instagram is like 0.01% of my life where you
Yeah.
see all that stuff. Then the other 99.9% is just me in my room editing videos and photos.
In like a little blankets everywhere.
Got my hoodie on,
Yeah.
like, on my shoulder. you
Yep.
know.
McDonald's burger on the left, like. I feel you. I feel
Yeah.
you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so gonna start to kind of wrap this up. It's getting a little dark here. Hopefully the background looks sick. How's it look, Dylan? Pretty good. Some bokeh. It's beautiful out here. It feels amazing. It's a little cloudy.
Yep.
So something that we talked about a bit in the last episode of the podcast we recorded with Quinn, who is a expert of social media. He's an amazing photographer. And we were talking about the subject of like mentors, and specifically like he paid like $5,000 to go on this expedition in Greenland to work one-on-one with a photographer, and he said like it was extremely beneficial. And I know that you're an advocate for investing into yourself in like courses, whether it's like business stuff like that. And so I guess the question is like, one, like what is your stance on like investing thousands of dollars into courses from mentors, and who are some of your mentors from the past or even currently?
For sure. So yeah, I'm a big advocate, big advocate. And the reason for that is because every time that I do invest, I always like either learn something new or they really like truly help me out. Right? You're gonna spend that money anyways.
Yeah.
Whether it's gonna be on burgers, whether it's gonna be on girls, whether it's gonna be on trips, you're gonna spend it anyways. Why not spend it to advance your career, advance your life? So there's been like really only two mentors in my life that I've really had. One is Sterling. So Sterling Griffin. Austin knows him, but he helped me make like my first like $90,000 in my first 15 days, like starting with him.
Yeah.
So I was like ecstatic, right?
Yeah.
He really helped me kind of get into the CEO mindset and stuff, and then that's when I was kind of building out the team. But Austin has been like Austin and his team. I don't really speak to Austin much. I speak more to his team.
Yeah.
But still, he has that repeatable process of like excellence, where like, they're helping me out a ton. Like the past 90 days that I've been working with them, everything has changed. I had a full-blown team, lost everyone. Like it's been like crazy. But it's only been for the better though, because now I look at business completely different. I used to look at it like from like the lens of like a creator. I want to get them PR, I want to get them on TV, all this type of stuff. I want to get the like, as I love my work, and same way you guys love your work. And then you figure out like you need to do a bunch of other stuff, and now you see it differently to where like I love my life as well. I don't want 40 years of my life to be huddled up in a blanket and a hoodie and doing work on a computer. Like that's not life, and most people think they want that. They really don't.
Yeah.
Right. So have you like shifted more from providing this has happened over the years, right? For you, like shifting from you providing the PR yourself to building kind of a system.
Yeah.
I know that you're kind of like working on that aspect of it. It's like some kind of repeatable, like kind of like a program where they come in and it's like because you have like the base camp going and it's like more systemized and things like that.
Yep.
I feel like that's definitely the move.
It is. It is like the same way that you guys have the system of like the 1 minute video. Now, if somebody comes in, like as long as I have somebody to take care of it, there's no way they can't get a result now. No way. Like the only thing we do is like guaranteed stuff now,
Yeah.
right?
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So like, I'm out of the picture more, but there's been so much more results than if I were ever in the picture, like doing the actual work.
I bet that's so fulfilling. To
It is.
see like that happen.
It is. You see that vision come alive. You know, like how you guys are talking about, like you want to see Templemill grow. Like once you start seeing it grow, it's so addicting.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, and I feel the same way about being in the 2X program. The last we've been in it for like 60-ish days now,
Yeah.
and you know, we set goals. We didn't quite hit the goal that we were shooting for. However, we had like the best month that we've had all year. And so it's
Crazy,
like
yeah.
you shoot for the
That's
stars,
good.
you land on the moon.
Yeah, it's kind of like you analogy would be like you're in a room and it's like you kind of feel like you understand the room pretty well, and then you see that there's a door over there, you go open up and it's like a whole nother room of things that you need to know, like what? And then like you're gonna go into that room and then you're gonna learn everything you need to know there. You're gonna find this other secret door. You're like, okay, like this is just never ending. Like it's just gonna be continually leveling up. You know?
Yeah.
And keep learning and growing, but it's humbling too, because you realize how much you don't know. Like there's like things that you don't know and things that you know that you don't, or things that you don't know that you don't know, and it's just but it's like fulfilling too to be able to keep evolving.
Yeah, that progress keeps you alive. You know, once you feel stagnant, you feel like life sucks.
100%.
Dude, yeah, that's 100% it. I was like, yo, to wrap up this interview, what would be like a great piece of advice to leave with the Connecting Creators audience? But I think what you just said is amazing of, you know, don't be stagnant. You know, it's like, goes with my favorite quote from Phil Knight, where, you know, he pretty much says, the gist of it is just don't stop.
Yeah.
Keep going, you know, and that's been a lesson that's like helped True and I with Templemill getting through issues, and it's helped me personally with just like, you know, it's not easy being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It's lonely. It's hard. It's like long, late nights. It's like doing stuff that I don't want to do sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, that's just like another thing that's people don't realize how much of this things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And but you have to be willing to do them to be able to get to the point where you don't have to ever do them.
Yes.
You know.
That's the key right there.
Yeah, and that's like the thing that's motivating about a system is like now I'm thinking of it as like all I need to do is do this perfectly one time.
Yes. Yep.
And then systemize it. I don't ever need to really think about it again once I get that thing nailed.
Well,
is there anything else that you want to share with the audience?
That's it. I think you covered it.
Dude.
You threw in the last golden nuggets right there.
Yeah.
And like the way that we want to do these podcasts are like, this isn't going to be the last time that you're on the podcast.
Of course.
This is kind of just introducing the audience to you, and then we're going to periodically, can't even talk after that 10-hour drive.
We've been on the road all day.
We're going to have you on every once in a while, give people some updates, share more what's going on in your life and business.
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
Sick, man. Appreciate you, Ulyses. It's sick to be out here, Hollywood Hills.
Damn it, I feel like I missed both of you guys.
Dark.
There, that's better.
All right.
All right.
Dope. Catch you guys later.
Boom.